What's going on, family? How you guys been, huh? Hello. Happy satisfying Saturday. All right. Come on with the satisfying. Yes. Are you satisfied? Oh, it feels good to be with you guys again, always. You know, I enjoy our chats, our time together. Hi, everybody. I see all the love. I see all the comments and everything. Just so excited to see all of you here. Hi. Give me some waves. I love seeing all the love. You know I do. Hi, everybody. Hi. And all the hearts. Peace. Yes, peace. Oh, who's been a little down? Let me get back to that. Rose TAC 13. Well, come on. We're going to get you back up. It's all right to be a little down. We're just not going to live there full time. Okay? So, you know, acknowledge it, and then we're going to move through it to get to the other side. Who else? Let's see. Love seeing you live today. I love being live today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Somebody said, hello, gorgeous. Well, hello. Oh, and you're a New Yorker, too. Hello from the gorgeous one. That is me. Hi, everybody. Hi. Good morning. Where are you guys? Where are all of you? Whitfield in the house. Mwah. Hi. We miss you. Let's see. Where are you? Hey, Paige Kennedy. Hi, bro. How are you, castmate? Hey. We got some big news with my castmate, Paige Kennedy. We did we ain't do nothing. I was blessed to be in one of his projects that he asked me to do. So big news coming up about that. Just this music video that he did is everything. Let's see. Where are you guys? Okay, Allegra, you're probably the only one. You and my actual blood nieces can call me Auntie Kim, because this is the no auntie zone. I ain't having that up in this mug, but it's you. So, you know, you are family, so you can do it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. This is Big Sis Kim. What's happening? So let's jump right in, everybody. Hey. Thank you to Refresh my lifestyle brand. Who's following Refresh? Who is following Refresh, my lifestyle brand, where we celebrate wellness and health, and we do it through all the lanes, from health and beauty, fitness, travel, food, entertainment, and of course, conversation. So if you are not following Refresh, I want you to jump on out of here, follow Refresh by KF, and then come on right back in here and get this party started. So Refresh is, again, my lifestyle brand. And I'm so... Elijah, how are you? How you doing? It's great to see you. The team, we were like, yo, where has Elijah been? Good to see you, baby. Glad you are stopping through today. And so Refresh is my lifestyle brand. And I'm very excited to be in this space. If you're new to my whole platform here, welcome. Refresh is my lifestyle brand that I started on my birthday this year in May, because I wanted to really penetrate the lifestyle space in a very different and unique way. And my team has been phenomenal in helping me achieve my goals and beyond in such a short period of time. And so what we do here is every last 2 weekends of the month, and for Refresh, it's every last 2 Saturdays of every month. You guys know we have these wonderful chats, these conversations. And so right now, what I wanted to do is open it up. Hi, Chicago. I wanted to open it up. Ventura County. I love passing through there on the way to Santa Barbara. Love my smile. Thank you. Dr. Pear, my orthodontist, would be thrilled to hear that. Let's see, where else? Lots of Chi-Town. I see some Georgia, Louisiana. Hey. That water looked so good. My swimming. Okay, yes, thank you very much. It felt great too. So when I'm talking about my Refresh-olution will be socialized. So back in the day, there was a saying in the late 60s that said, the revolution will be televised. And so I kind of given a nod to that with my Refresh Illusion Will Be Socialized, utilizing social media and all its power to refresh others, but also starting with myself. And so just changing some things, doing some pivoting in terms of wellness and wholeness, my thinking, mindfulness, incorporating some new ways of thinking, of living, all of that, and sharing all that with you. Hello, Seattle. Hey, Arizona. Got some wonderful people on here. Oh, someone said, I love Refresh. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. So guys, for today's conversation, and thank you for all of the compliments about you guys are calling me gorgeous or beautiful or saying I look beautiful on my posts. I see all of you guys when you say that you think I'm aging backwards and everything, and I sincerely appreciate that. I appreciate the support. But some of y'all get a little lippy without thinking. And that's what we're going to dive into first. So this theme for this month is living. Okay, the theme on Refresh is living. And I wanted us to just get to a space where, number one, we realize numb is not the new joy. Numb is not the new joy. Numb, N-U-M-B, numb, like no feeling. Numb is not the new joy, okay? And living cannot be the same as existing, surviving. We got to elevate our living game, okay? For those of you who run in the faith circles, abundant life, okay? I came that you should have life and have it more abundantly. That's a scripture. And so being able to help us all, including me, get to a place of elevation. Elevate our living game where it's not just about the day-to-day and just at the end of the day going, ooh, well, got through another one. On Fridays going, okay, got through another week. Just look through some different lenses and how to approach it. And so that's what we've been doing with all of our posts and some of our conversations. And so I wanted to find out from some of you, what does true living mean to you? What does true living mean to you? And within that, we're going to touch on some things. Some things might get a little uncomfortable, but that's a part of living, in my opinion. And then in a little bit, we're going to speak with one of my dear friends, Hope Creek Corlew. She is a phenomenal woman, number one. She is Proverbs 31 through and through, okay? But Hope is also a wonderful advocate and contributor in the spaces of Native American, indigenous peoples, the plans for Indian country and the tribal plan. And so she's just phenomenal. And during this election season, I wanted her to share and to talk with us about what's going on. And because many of you, we do have some connection, some connectivity, some ancestral something from the Native American community, and realizing that this is a very important time, a very important conversation to have. And it still contributes to our overall theme of living. So we've got a great day lined up. So I'm going to jump in with a couple of you folks in a minute. But I want to start off by talking about getting a little lippy, okay? Sometimes we, especially on social media, and it's not as bad as it used to be, like when social media first hit and everybody just thought they had such a grand opinion and was fabulous and then enjoyed being mean for sport and crap like that. So, in a lot of ways that has definitely, changed. But there's still some things that are out there, or you do the backhand comment. Cut all that out. There's no reason for that. There is no reason for that at all. What you talking about, Kim? What happened? So when I did my post where the young woman Angie was braiding my hair for my new series on Netflix, The Upshaws, a lot of y'all had a lot to say about how long it took her. You should try this. Listen, I played Regine Hunter. Baby, if I don't know about wigs today, just like I did when I introduced a lot of y'all to whole concept of wig wearing and all of that. So, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that, okay? Now, some of y'all came in a spirit of helpfulness, like, oh, do you know about crochet braids? Do you know about this? And yes, I do. And basically, the reason why I did individuals like this is because it gives me the authenticity and the flexibility and versatility that I wanted my character to have for the show. And then there were a couple of you, and some of you, this is your profession, so I respect that. But you don't get to talk about somebody else's work, okay? Not in my zone. If you want to repost it and then talk about the work or the length of time or whatever, you do that on your page, okay? That's how we roll here. And there's no reason for it. Don't get lippy. Don't get lippy. Just don't get lippy, okay? Because you don't want somebody to come at you like that. I mean, last I checked, that was home training 101. So that's what we're not going to do, family, okay? Life is too short. We are all in this thing together, okay? If you want to be helpful, then find a way to lead in love with what you're saying, okay? And then be able to make a suggestion or ask a question and get informed before you just start popping off and being lippy. That's what we're not going to do. We're not going to get lippy. No. And then for those of you who, you know what? That's enough of that lesson for today. We're just going to go in small bites. Okay. Hey, Memphis, good to see you. Love from the ATL. Hello. LA in the house. Cleveland, Ohio. Yes. South side of Chicago. Hey, Florida. What's going on? Florida. It is your time, baby. It is your time. This election season, this is your time, Florida. Do it like never before. Y'all got this. South Carolina. Can I get a tattoo portrait of you? If that's what you want to do. Y'all watch Impractical Jokers when they made Sal get a tattoo of Will and Jada's son? You might want to check that out before you go putting me all over you. But I'm flattered for the ask. Thank you. So let's talk to a few of you folks out there. Let's see, who do we want to? Las Vegas. Ooh, nice. Maryland, hello. Blue Island, Illinois. What's going on? New York, Virginia. You know what? I'm going to start with Virginia. My 3 sons. Let's see. Where are you? We're going to start with you and see. How come I can't talk to you? What's going on here? My 3 sons, 97. Go live with my 37 in Virginia. Because my husband, Chris, is from Virginia. And his family is from there. And so why not start with Virginia? So are you there? My 3 sons, 97. Are you there? Going once, going twice. Are you coming? Are you going to come on? Nah, come on. Oh, didn't get you. Next time, okay? Cleveland, Ohio is in the house. Then you know what? That's who we should talk to, because Cleveland is where John Henson is from, and I know how y'all love living single. And my dear sister friend Yvette Nicole Brown is from there too. So we're gonna jump on and see if is it Dawn? Dawn, are you gonna come in? Now, y'all are always asking me to go live with you, and I'm trying to go live with you guys. Are you there? Going once, going twice. Gone. Okay, then you know what? Let's try somebody from my mother is fine. Thank you for asking. Let's go to Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, how you doing? Let's see. This is Pam Logan 43. All right, Pam Logan 43. Are you gonna answer, Pam Logan 43? Go live. Let's see. Pam Logan 43. You around? You got it popping off down there in Memphis, Tennessee? Oh, Pam. Oh, Pam, I'm trying to get y'all to come on here and holla at your girl and share with the world and refresh others, but you know, ain't nobody answering. So, okay. All right, we're gonna try this one more time and then we gotta keep it popping. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for the virtual hugs for me and my family. Appreciate it. Refresh and restart. That's also a very good way to put it. Hi, Jermel, who plays my son on the Upshaws. Hello. And yeah, I'll try to get a hike in later today. We'll see. Okay. Patricia, you want me to try you now? Patricia, my three sons? You want to try one more again? You want a little do-over? Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. My three sons, 97. Hey, Patricia. You. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Nope. Next. Game. Is this Game Noel? Let's see. Who are you? Game O. Are you there? Because you put living on here on the comments. So I'm seeing if you're going to jump on and say hello, 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 hello. What is going on today? I thought everybody would be able to join in the convo today. So we might have to wait and talk to you guys next weekend. I wanted to see how everybody's fall was going and then ask about your take on living. So you know what? I'm going to go on and get started with Hope and talk about some of the things that we've got lined up. And then maybe at the end of our chat time, I'll try some of you guys again. How does that sound? All right. All right. Hey, happy birthday. I see somebody says I'm 62 today and loving life. Amen. Miss Bacon, yeah. Not Bacon. Miss BC Con, yeah. All right. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Why was I in the bathtub on my cell phone? Because I'm grown and I can be. That's why. All right, guys. So we're going to get going here. We've got a wonderful guest lined up for you. And if you have not been able to catch any of our previous chats since May, they are all available on the Refresh YouTube channel. Refresh by KF on YouTube, okay? Every live conversation that we've had, our awesome dude chats when it was Men's Health Awareness Month. So can I do a pin for Refresh? Every time they've asked me to do a pin, I always mess up. So I'll just keep saying Refresh by KF. You can hop out, come back in. Refresh by KF, okay? So all the chats are there. And so with today, we want to, oh Lord, wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if this one will answer. Just cause, let me see. Oh, she's not on. Okay, I was gonna see if Alexis was on. Y'all are never ready for when Alexis and I hang out. So with today's conversation, as I told you, the theme is living. And I wanted to speak with my dear friend Hope because she is such a powerful person. She's an incredible force of light and love and information. And she is one of those who really rolls up her sleeves and gets involved in her community. And so she is, oh, here we go. Pause that about Hope. True living is listening to myself. Wait a minute, where'd you go? And being honest with myself. Oh, the real Abdul Shabazz. Thank you for that. True living is listening to myself and being honest with myself. That's good stuff. That is very good. That is excellent. Yes, that is true living. Let's see. Just finished Blessed Life. Oh, thank you. My autobiography. Thank you. So with Hope, I'd like to follow Refresh. Can you say more about it? Here's what I'm going to say about it. Go follow. It's fabulous. What do you want me to say? But no, as you are here during this time, you'll get to hear some more about Refresh. So with Hope, She is doing a tremendous work. She is Black. She is also Native American, and she has been doing a tremendous work in what she calls Indian country with the Native American, indigenous peoples' tribal plans, with the government work and things like that. And I just found what she's been doing completely fascinating and very, very helpful in terms of getting involved with something. That's also what Refresh is about. Being able to present brands to you, people, platforms that you can be inspired by, and whether you want to participate in something that they are doing or presenting, or it inspires you to go after it and do it for yourself. And so with Hope, she really has gotten involved over the last few years. And now her daughter, who is in law school, has also been taking up this mantle to do just incredible, incredible work with the Native American communities, and being able to make a difference and be impactful. So Hope, if you are in the building, can you please send the request, please? Because the reason why I asked Hope again to be on for today, not just because it's election season, and so if you are either unsure, undecided, if you or someone that you know are a part of the Native American community in some way, form, or fashion, this is going to be really incredibly interesting for you. But also, you also will be able to hear from someone who actually has walked the walk, who's talking the talk, and being able to see what can be done and what is being done, and what things have been undone in recent years. So again, Hope, if you are in the building, let us join together. I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up on all the comments too. Oh, and you know what, guys? Also, send me a little wave if you have already done your early voting. Woohoo! Early voting is what's up. Congratulations if you have. Let me see a wave. Hey, Detroit. Okay, so Kira, who runs Refresh with me, says that Hope did ask to join. But I don't see where Hope has asked to join. I'm so sorry. So Hope, if you can send it again, that would be awesome. You are in Washington, D.C. Well, hello to you, Washington, D.C. Glad to have you. Motor City in his house. What's up, what's up, what's up? Mississippi, hey. Someone says I have Living Single on auto record. Well, that's wonderful. Detroit, but retired in Illinois. Well, hello, representing both. Excuse me, guys. Yes, fruit infused water, very refreshing. Okay, why am I having trouble seeing Hope? Hey, Boogie Down Bronx. Yes, indeed. That's where my paternal grandmother lived. And I used to love the bodega there where Junior worked. I had a crush on Junior at the bodega. Shh, don't tell nobody. I was a little girl. Hi, Sebastian, who we call Canadian Sebastian, and his family. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday recently. Come on now. Let's see here. I'm only good at stalling, but for so long, and this is an important conversation. Where is Hope? Come on. I see the waves too when you guys said that you had done the early voting. So great job on that. Okay. And also, if some of you are on Facebook, be sure to follow Hope on there, because she had a wonderful conversation with the Navajo Tribal Director Her name is Claire, and she's the tribal director for the Biden-Harris campaign, and she is of Navajo descent. So want to make sure that you guys follow that conversation. We will also put a clip of that, if not the whole conversation, or a link to it on Refresh as well, so that you can get a sense of what the work is and what the plan is and continues to be for this community. Kim sang one bar of Dear Michael. No. Wait a minute. Oh, now this is unexpected. This is unexpected. Are you going to answer? Are you going to answer with your fly self? Well, where are you? Hey!
What's happening?
What's up? What you know good, girl?
Negro, I've been trying to get on the thing for like 20 minutes. I was like, you know what? I don't have my head is hurting. I'm about to go.
Your head still hurts. You need to hydrate.
I did. I have been.
Okay. Well,
I have been. Anyway, that's a whole nother story that we don't need to share on the chat. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Can you even see me? It's so dark in here.
I can see you. Now, we are witnessing a very impromptu chat right now because I'm waiting to find Hope, the person.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, surprise, bitches. No, I'm joking. Sorry. I am probably very different from Hope. Anyway, no, I just was getting on. Hello, sister.
Hi, sister. How are you? What are you doing today?
Cleaning and laundry and children.
Yes, absolutely.
And
yes, Alexis. Yes.
What'd you say? I can't hear you.
So somebody thinks it's on my end that people can't get. My sister did. My sister got through. Maybe y'all don't have the power that Alexis.
Few do. Many are called, few are chosen, honey.
Absolutely.
All right, let me get off of here. I'm just fooling for no reason.
Well, I love you. Thank you for picking up.
I love you too.
I'll see you later. I'll call you when I get there.
Okay, later. Bye, y'all.
Well, look at that. Y'all had some nice little impromptu Alexis vibes. She's the best. Isn't she amazing? Hello from Iraq. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. I know somebody said, where the Rock and Joey at? Not the Rock. Alexis started out on the TV show Rock. And that's what they're talking about. I think we've got Hope Corlew coming into the building now. Hope Craig Corlew. I think. I'm so excited. Yes, sister love. Nothing is better than family love. Absolutely. Oh, she's here. Hey, we did
it. Let me fix my. Okay. Let's see here. Is that better?
That's perfect.
You hear me okay? Hi, I'm doing good. We're having all kind of logistical issues over here, so I'm probably red, you guys. We'll get through this.
Well, everybody, please welcome Hope Craig Corlew into the building. Yay!
Yes. But let me give a quick shout out to my peoples. Yes. Tango, Mvskoke, Hope Craig, Jihojifkados. I just said, hello, how are you, Mvskoke people? My name is Hope Craig. I am of Hodohogi, which is Wincland, and my tribal town is Tuskegee. So, Heste.
Well, Alexis just said, hey, Hope.
Hey, Alexis.
Well, everybody is saying hi to you, and welcome. We are so glad to see you. So, quick backstory. Hope and I, our families met at church over 10 years ago. And Hope, when I tell you Hope is like I said, she is a Proverbs 31 woman personified. And she definitively is someone who will refresh others in everything that she does.
Thank you.
Her family has helped tour, and Sebastian was a baby. She would help me out. She's just so wonderful. You know, she's just a good heart and a good spirit. But today, we are talking about the Native American, the indigenous people, um, um, inclusion for where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the campaign, in terms of what has been helpful, and then what has not been helpful. And then we also want to end with Hope, really just kind of mapping out some of the ways that she has found her way in terms of living by serving. So Hope, can you tell us a bit, first of all, in terms of how you started, because you're a founder of a platform with community, and just kind of what your initial path was to where you are now with the work you're doing?
First, let me start by saying that I am a citizen of Mvskoke Creek Nation. Our tribal homelands right now is in Oklahoma. That is pretty much Indian country. I kind of found my voice. I live in California. So citizens who reside outside of our reservation are considered at-large citizens, meaning we just reside outside of our reservation. What a lot of people don't realize is that this particular country has continuously made efforts to really commit genocide against Native Americans, in a sense to where we were relocated from our original homelands in Georgia and in Arkansas. That's how we ended up in Oklahoma. But in late 1950s or so, there was another relocation that was constructed by the federal government. My family was a part of that relocation. They promised Native families, you know, we can send you guys to urban areas like California, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, promises of a better life. That was untrue. So my family ended up in Arizona. And because of that, we were removed away from our community. We were removed away from our culture. Who are you going to speak your language to when you've been put in these areas that you're now forced to assimilate in? So that really causes a lot of, you know, re-traumatizing us. It causes where we were taken away. And so we struggled a lot. You know, I always knew I was Mvskoke, but who was I going to tell that to? Because some people are like, well, Hope, we never knew. They knew I looked like something. They just didn't know what I was. But who was I going to tell when I didn't have the community? We were removed from our Native community. So in that, we struggled a lot. I struggled a lot. And I'm like, wait a second, something needs to happen. I need to figure out a way to bridge that gap, to reconnect myself and create opportunities for other Mvskoke to reconnect as well. And that's when this person inside of me, I live through the spirits of my ancestors, where I'm thinking of my grandfather, my grandmother, their struggles. What can I do to make a difference for our people? And that's when I created California Mvskoke Community, because it was a way for us in California to reconnect, talk about our families, reconnect with our culture, really reconnect with being Mvskoke through our culture and our language. I also co-founded a Mvskoke language class that we do on Zoom every Tuesdays. That's part of who we are. We're not just these people that you read about. We are here. We're survivors. We're descendants of people who walked the Trail of Tears for us to be here. Yes. It is my duty to carry on. It is my duty as a Mvskoke citizen to make sure I empower our people with information and understanding. We also have citizenship in this country, the United States of America, as well. We have an obligation there as well. Vote, people.
Yes. So with that, I told y'all she is.
I get very passionate, so I apologize in advance. But
no, don't you dare! Nope, stop! I cut you off. I can't.
That's right.
That apology, because No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You be passionate. And what you're doing, though, is you are taking your passion and you are morphing it into impactful, engaging work. You are morphing it. You're taking there. You are powered by your passion.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I just was telling everybody we have to be unapologetic. So I have to remember that as well. We have to be unapologetic because you guys, there's so much to be done, especially within Indian country and in Black communities. We share, and I am come from both. I identify as a Mvskoke woman because that's who I am. That's the way I was raised. But I also have in me, the blood that flows through me is that of descendants of slavery. I also acknowledge that too.
Yeah.
But what we have to realize when we have the natives, the indigenous peoples of this country, and when we talk about the descendants of slaves, we have a unique bond and we should be thick as thieves.
Yeah.
You know,
how can you said something when we spoke earlier and prepped for our time today. Hope just blew the doors off of this thing for me when she said, we have suffered historical trauma and generational trauma, and that the bond between the descendants of slaves and the descendants of Native Americans, we have to, she said, the bond is their atrocities.
Yeah, and it should unite us, not divide us.
Yes.
And you guys have to understand this division was it's intentional. It was purposely crafted to divide us. I come from a strong bloodline where my family are the original peoples of this country. And knowing what happened to them, our land was taken away from us. And sovereignty is something we'll briefly talk about in just a second.
Yeah.
But it was taken away from us. And in that taking, they murdered, they raped my ancestors, our people. And then on the other side of me, I have come from ancestors who were slaves here, who built this damn country. So with that, we have, our history is filled with trauma. It's historical trauma. And in that's what should unite us together to hold this country accountable for what they have done. It's called reconciliation. And until this country reconciles with the indigenous people, and until they reconcile with the descendants of slavery, we will always have these issues that we are faced with, where you're afraid for your son to go drive around in a car. You are afraid of just, even as Native people, we don't hear enough about what happens to Native people. When I go back to Oklahoma and how I see how our Native people are treated in really our own territory,
yes,
you know, we're still being traumatized. And there's so many layers to that we couldn't just we can't unpack it all. But I will say is that the history of those two peoples should bond us.
Yes.
To hold this country accountable, because right now it's called historical trauma that has led to me into generational trauma. So when you see why your father may not stand up the way you want him to, go back into your history and learn about that. For me, as a Mvskoke woman, we're matrilineal. So women, we come with a certain type of strength that not a lot of people understand or appreciate. And that's when I get into I'm a matriarch. And when I am really embracing that, because that's where my strength comes from. I am responsible for my family and my community. That's what keeps me going. I work full time. I'm involved in a lot of issues. But when I think about what my place is in my tribe and for Native people, oh, it's on. I'm like, okay, what's next?
Yes. So that said, you mentioned, and somebody brought this up in the comments, Columbus Day. And I'm shifting us just briefly into something that's a bit more what some people would call pedestrian. That's a bit more, it's not some of the deep dive issues and things that we'll touch upon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredibly important because Columbus Day, you know, when we talked earlier, you were saying how it's such a smack in the face, you know, and that there has been support for
Mm-hmm.
certain legislation, and then there's support for Columbus Day. And so, can you talk about that kind of hypocrisy? Let's call it what it is.
It's just false. Columbus didn't discover nothing. From what I understand, Columbus never stepped foot over here. So I don't even know why Columbus is even part of history and a part of anybody's conversation. So I would love to debate the people who support Columbus Day, because you're supporting the continued false history that has been imposed upon our people. And that's why we're all sitting up here fighting each other instead of, you know, holding this federal government accountable for what they've done to our people. This is a problem I have with this current person we have in office. You wouldn't sign something as important as and I'm going back to my notes, as the Savannah Act. The Savannah Act is extremely important to Indian country, to Native peoples, because our Native women, we have such a high rate of our Native women gone missing, murdered, and how those cases are handled is an atrocity, because we lack a lot of kind of the jurisdictional control. But just to briefly tell you, the Savannah Act was a bill to direct the DOJ to review, revise, and develop law enforcement and justice protocols to address missing and murdered Native Americans, includes everybody. And it's a shame that in 2020, we're just getting something like that. Yes. So our current leader signed this act, right? Signed it into legislation. But in the next breath, he calls us extremists for trying to get rid of Columbus Day, because, you know, that's an important person in our history, and these Native extremists are trying to get rid of them. But on the other hand, you just signed an important piece of legislation. So did you do that because you believe in protecting Native women, Native people, or did you do it to check another box?
Throw a bone.
You're just throwing a bone at us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we as Native people have to be unapologetic. We all have to rise up together. We have to stand together and strengthen Indian country, period. Not just Navajo, not just Mvskoke Creek Nation, not just Cherokee Nation, not just Chickasaw. We all have to come together, because we're still getting bones thrown at us. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think, well, you know, Native Americans get checks. That's a lie. You know, why did they get all this free money from the government? Mm-hmm. It's plain and simple. Mm-hmm. The government says, we're going to take your land. In exchange for that, we're going to take care of you guys. You know, we're going to even allow you to self-govern, but quasi self-govern, meaning sort of. We're still going to tell you guys what to do. We're going to tell you how to set up your government and so forth. Mm-hmm. So that's why sovereignty is so important to us, because we need to bring ourselves out of that, not quasi-sovereign. We need to be sovereign. Yes. And that's de facto sovereign, where we're practicing. We should be having control over taxation, environmental, our Native children through Indian child welfare. If we're not making those decisions as tribal nations, we're not sovereign. We're not practicing sovereignty. But just, I want to be clear to everyone. You guys, there was a price to be paid for sovereignty, meaning it was our land was taken away. We have a unique relationship with the federal government. We're not considered a race.
Say it again, sis.
We are not considered a race. Native Americans are not considered a race because of our tribal governments. We have a government to government relationship with the United States of America, which gives us a political stance in this country. And that's why we have certain, like the Bureau of Indian Affairs, why we have Indian Child Welfare Act, because the government promised to take the government promised to take care of us, because of the exchange that was made, which was our land. So if you guys don't take anything else away from this, understand we're not a race. You know, when you're talking about Mvskoke Creek Nation, you're talking about a tribal government. When you talk about Navajo Nation, that's a tribal government. That's why we have a government to government relationship. So we don't need to really bow down to the state for nothing. I frown at tribes who feel like they need to negotiate and be in agreements with the state. We don't. Our relationship is with the federal government because through treaties, that's why we have that unique relationship. So remember.
I'm sorry, right there, just to help us to really understand when you talk about sovereignty and being able to self-govern as a nation. So when you talk about that and you have the election season and we are a self-governed, nation.
Same thing for the United States, your sovereignty.
Right. So then I guess for some people, the question would be, well, then would you guys, would the community want or need to vote? Or is it just, are you trying to, what is the goal? What is the goal? Because if you're talking about sovereignty, is the idea that the Indian or the Indian country, Native American and indigenous communities that just want to be their own, community. And then and then that's it. And it's like, but you said that it's more of that government to government
relationship. So, for instance, I am a citizen of Mvskoke Creek Nation. I am also a citizen of the United States of America. Therefore, I have dual citizenship. But I still have a responsibility because in this, we're like a nation within a nation. So it is important for us to vote because remember, we have this unique relationship with the federal government. So whoever is going to be our new president, when we elect Congress, when we have elections for congressmen and senators, especially in Oklahoma and states that have a high population of Native peoples, it matters who sits in those state seats as well as going up to the federal government. Because they're the ones who control the money, right? They're the ones who are in charge of our funding. So we don't have the right people representing us, then guess what? They're not, how we're treated is not in our best interest. It's still what the government is telling us. And as far as voting, for me, Biden may not be perfect. People are going to find some imperfections. Well, Biden didn't do this, and when he was with Obama. But let me tell you guys something that's really important. He's perfect for right now. For the challenges that we're facing, he's perfect for us right now. And I'm speaking to Indian country too. Indian country, he's perfect for us right now. And if we don't recognize that and get out there and vote, what Oklahoma is doing right now to my tribe and other tribes in Oklahoma, we're going to be faced with, we talk about protecting our sovereignty. They're trying to take our sovereignty away from us. They are chipping away at our sovereignty every single moment. It is important that we get out here and vote. It's important that y'all vote for the right person for us right now, which is Vice President Joe Biden. When I looked at his plan, go ahead.
When you say that he's perfect for right now, and specifically for what the needs are for the issues and things like that affect Native Americans, why do you feel that way?
First of all, as a leader, one is your biggest qualities must be bringing people together. I believe he has that quality. But when I looked at his tribal plan, and this is the meeting that we had with his National Tribal Engagement Director, Clara Pratt, was that one thing that was really important to me is Indian child welfare. He was going to strengthen Indian child welfare, and that's really what the resources and having the conversation about how can we expand it, as far as resources. Another thing was giving tribes the opportunity to come in, have these tribal conferences or consultations where they're coming in and talking about issues that are affecting Indian country with the White House and being able to work towards solutions. We don't have that right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There is no space for tribal leaders. So and we should be meeting with leadership, not with state leadership. We should be meeting with the President of the United States and whoever other higher officials that there are because of our unique relationship. So there needs to be a space created where tribal leaders can come, convene with our next president, talk about these tribal issues, or do we need additional funding in certain areas? We're faced with these issues, and how can we work together? Because again, we're a nation within a nation.
So it's about inclusion and
it's about inclusion, exactly. Because can you turn it? Because with I was trying to bring up Biden's tribal plan, but his tribal plan hit all the key points. And what was interesting, I looked up the current leadership's tribal plan. What I found interesting about that, he talks about strengthening sovereignty and really respecting our right to govern our environmental taxation. But currently, he has people that are meeting with officials in Oklahoma that are trying to undermine our sovereignty. There is a case I encourage all of you guys to look at. It's called the Mvskoke case, which is it was a monumental decision that in Indian country, you thought you would never see this type of victory for Indian country. But it affirmed our reservation. Because I come from a tribe where we were removed from our reservation. And then I think it's in 1907 or something like that, you had land allotment. Mm-hmm. So our families were separated by land and put on these allotments. My great-grandmother's allotment is well over 100 years old, and we still have her allotment. That's the only thing I have to prove what this country has done to us. And it's something that you're also proud of because it's all you really have of your ancestor. Mm-hmm. But so over the last 100 years, we knew we had a reservation, but it was not acknowledged on the federal level per se. Mm-hmm. This particular criminal case had to decide that because the crime took place on Mvskoke Creek Nation's reservation. But in order to they had to go in and kind of affirm that we were a reservation in order to say now the state had no jurisdiction over your case. We have to now, you have to go through the federal court due to the Major Crimes Act. So with that, you have all of these things that are going on regarding the reservation. So when you don't know that, and it's weird because our reservation, I call it kind of reverse reservation. Our reservation kind of has developed over 100 years through statehood. So now 70% of Tulsa, you guys, you're sitting on Mvskoke Creek Nation's reservation. But what I really wanted to do, I'm sorry I had to do that so I can bring this up. One of the things that he was saying was that he wanted to strengthen that.
When you say, just so we're clear, the current administration.
The current administration wants to strengthen, sovereignty and so forth. But you had Attorney General Barr come and meet with Cherokee Nation, and they're talking about ways to create legislation so that we can have this partnership of criminal jurisdiction over Native Americans. So how is that strengthening our sovereignty? Sovereignty is about self-governing. So if you commit a crime on a reservation, you're subject to tribal law. You're subject to the laws of that reservation. But you have the current administration who says, I want to help you do this, but you're actively, on the other hand, trying to undermine that. And this just happened within the last couple of weeks.
Wow.
Our chief was just in Washington meeting with Barr to say, look, we don't need legislation to fix Mvskoke. Mvskoke just told us what we all already knew.
Sure. So prior to this administration, was there a sense of inclusion? in terms of at the federal government level? Was there a sense of a plan? Were there, like you were saying, meetings and consultations and things of that nature?
I believe the last time we've had inclusion would be under the Obama administration. Mm-hmm. And from what I'm looking at the Biden's administration, what he's basically did was kind of reactivate it, reintroduce it. He's really leveraging on what Obama had already set in place for Indian country. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing was providing those opportunities for consultation, mm-hmm. to meet with the tribes and discuss tribal issues. Mm-hmm. Because remember, self-governance is about, we know how to govern ourselves. We know what's in the best interest for our citizens. Mm-hmm. We don't need anyone to dictate us and give us any direction. We're quite aware of how to govern ourselves. Mm-hmm. You saw that inclusion with Obama. If you're talking about the latest, you know, what would be the most the nearest that you can refer back to, it would be with Obama. So now you have the current administration, it halted. Mm-hmm. And the current administration has been very inconsistent. Again, you sign Savannah's law, then you accuse us of being extremists. Your current tribal plan is saying that you want to strengthen sovereignty and you want to work with the tribes on environmental and taxation. But yet you're sending your people out to Oklahoma doing these backyard deals and trying to undermine our sovereignty. That's an inconsistency that we cannot risk. That's why voting is so important right now, because there is a lot at stake, not only for Indian country, but for everybody. There is a lot at stake, but for Indian country, we have to support Vice President Biden and Kamala Harris and Senator Kamala Harris, because, and I'll tell you why. When Biden talked about some of our adversaries who have been kind of intervening and manipulating our election, one thing I noticed he understood was sovereignty, because he says when they do that, it's a direct attack against our sovereignty. Mm-hmm. That's how we feel. Mm-hmm. When a state does not comply with Indian child welfare, that's a direct attack against our sovereignty. When the state of Oklahoma, the Environmental Protection Agency, takes away our right to govern our environmental rights and give it to the state, that's a direct attack on our sovereignty. Mm-hmm. So with that, I know that Vice President Biden will be the one who's going to lead us in a direction where we feel like we're included. Because mm-hmm. like I said, we're tired of not being included. It's important for us to have a seat at the table. He's creating those opportunities for us. Yeah. And that's the person that we need to vote for. And like I said, you guys, it's extremely important to vote, and it's extremely important for Indian country to support Biden, because we have too much at stake right now, especially post McGirt.
So guys, let's finish up, and Hope, you've been incredible. Guys, again, this is Hope Creek Corlew. We will share her links. Go back to my story and my feed, and you'll see her name there. On Instagram, she's Hope Corlew. On Facebook, she's Hope Creek Corlew. Mm-hmm. And we will definitely be able to connect you guys with your questions for her. We want to also make sure to provide the link to the conversation that Hope and some of her colleagues had with the tribal director for the Biden-Harris campaign, and make sure that we really are understanding these conversations. And here's the thing, guys, even if you feel that you're not affected by this, well, mm-hmm. I don't have that in my blood, or I'm not a part of the Native American community. This is still important, and it's someone else saying we need inclusion. And you know what that feels like in mm-hmm. ways. If you are a minority of any kind whatsoever, or they consider you and perceive you as minority. If you are somebody who has felt unrepresented, if you are somebody who has not felt included. And so being able to understand that, I think, is why we wanted to share this conversation. Sometimes Instagram cuts us off at the 1 hour point. Sometimes they don't. So we'll, definitely put all of this into some links and things you can, be a part of. And again, guys, thank you to Refresh. Thank you again, Hope, for
thank you.
Have done all that you're doing. Everybody is saying thank you. Thought-provoking. I'm so glad we are in this together. Thank you.
We're in this together, and I just want to thank you, Kim, for giving me this opportunity, giving us Indian country this opportunity, because it's very rare that we get an opportunity like this to show people, what we're going through, and to let everyone know it's about all of us. And if you don't take anything else away from here, just remember to vote, use your voice, find your voice, get involved, and you can make a difference like I can.
Sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. And one of the things that, again, I wanted to point out is that Hope is an embodiment of living through service. Her serving, her passion that powers her is really, to me, how she has just been thriving, living, not existing, not just surviving, but thriving, and living, and really living out loud, as that saying goes, and finding her way in services, and being able to engage and act upon the things. And all she did was she saw a void. I remember when I was a kid, my mama said to me, find a need and fill it. Find a void, fill it. And for me, I've never gotten away from that, which is a part of the foundation for me personally with Refresh, because I felt like there were certain things in the lifestyle space that I wasn't seeing or receiving. So thank you so much to you and everybody who's this, and your comments were really wonderful and engaging. Again, follow Hope, Hope Corlew, Corlew, Hope Corlew here on Insta. We will definitely have the links to the conversations. Definitely vote. Early voting still happening. Let's make this a mega weekend. Because here's the thing, guys, we want to make sure this is a KO. If you're trying to, hope that it goes your way, and boxing, how they can, vote by decision and all of that. No, we don't want it to be we want it to be with
knockout
question, knockout. And that means that we have mega turnout for voting. And I've seen it. You guys are doing great. Keep up the good work. So thank you, sister. I love you. Love to the family. And just, be encouraged and inspire and refresh someone else, and make sure to vote. Continue to be refreshed as well, and elevate your living game. Elevate your living game. Elevate your living game. It's a part of, to me, our duty still being here.
Yes, it really is.
Duty to anyone who is no longer with us, that we celebrate them and we elevate our living game.
And as we say in Mvskoke, Mado, Haram Jihijatis, which is thank you, and I will see you again.
Thank you, sister. Have a great one, guys. Happy Saturday.
Mado.
Thank you.